Since childhood, Yiming has known what she is supposed to do as a secret agent cultivated by the town's defenders. Her parents died when she was very young, sacrificing themselves in battles against the self-righteous religion. At that time, she was only 2 years old. She started participating in the dark temple training at the age of 2.5. Together with her, there were about 400 children of similar ages who participated in this secret training camp. Later on, some became killers, others became assassins, while some were eliminated or began working as administrative staff or joined the guard, corps, or entered various functional departments. In the end, only 15 remained. The cruel elimination system cannot be described simply as sifting through sand. Among these 15 people, there are men and women. 3 have already been sacrificed during missions, and Yiming is the first among these. 15 individuals with the highest qualifications, most proficient skills, and greatest stealthiness. Because of her exceptional qualifications, she has always been given priority for intensive training and various teachings. Of course, it is also because this girl looks exceptionally beautiful. Her eyes are too big. Moreover, she has a bit of natural baby fat. Even when she opens her eyes, she appears cute and innocent. Despite being mentally sharp, she gives off an impression of being slightly dazed and naive. Anyone who sees her would think that this little girl seems a bit slow-witted, but is naturally lovable. When her eyes droop slightly, she becomes a seductive enchantress, but when they open, she instantly transforms from an enchantress into a cute little girl. Everyone wants to pinch her face. Such material, with extraordinary martial arts talent, is too precious to let go. Until now, the higher-ups believe it's time to try. Fan Tian reported that he heard about a small shrimp who had just joined the sect with such low strength and high safety factor. Therefore, he chose this relatively safe mission and placed it next to Feng Che, allowing him to train first. After all, Feng Che's line of work generally has limited value. Due to his low rank, he is merely a warrior, and he is only 17. Let's see if there are any gains. If not, then we'll just give up. It's like shaking a tree to see if any fruit falls. Let Yiming practice. But Yiming is now somewhat confused. The task went too smoothly. This Feng Che almost gave her the most lenient environment for being an undercover agent, and his reasons were flawless. My feeling is, indeed, it should be so. Indeed, it should be so. So Yiming, although awake, feels like she's dreaming. I have successfully infiltrated the side of Feng Che's cultivation level is around warrior rank 5, with excellent qualifications. His cultivation speed is fast. If he continues at this pace, he will definitely secure a spot in the top 10 in the upcoming entrance examination of the Town Guard Martial Academy, and even has a chance for the top 3. Feng Che wants to cultivate me to become his future assistant. Very simple, using coded language to write several lines and send them out. Next, Feng Che starts practicing, not only diligently himself, but also urging Yiming together with even stricter requirements, even reaching a kind of crazy level. As long as there is 1 point not standard, he beats and scolds. Full mouth of waste, obviously not worth cultivating. What quality wasting my food? Yiming dares to be angry but dare not speak, nor can she expose her real level. She bears humiliation and practices hard, her head covered with bumps from being scolded. You don't even know how to hold a sword. What am I doing here? Looking at me? 3 days without mastering the technique? Waste. Can't stand properly, can't walk properly, can't run either. What do you eat? Do you think you're just serving tea and water as a maid? Whenever Feng Che rests, Yiming's nightmare begins. That mouth is like a poisonous snake, spewing all kinds of vicious words, cold and venomous. With your qualifications, if you don't improve, you won't be good for anything except having babies. Your chest isn't high enough. Your butt isn't round enough. Your body doesn't weigh much, just bones. Even as a concubine, you'd be uncomfortable. If you keep being so stupid, I'll sell you to a brothel. Yiming's heart burns with anger. Want to slap this guy dead many times. His mouth is too damn poisonous. Anger makes her want to explode, but instinctively follows Fong Che's commands, spending the whole day with sore waist and legs, brain swelling. Yes, brain swelling due to being scolded. In the evening, after serving Fong Che to sleep, Yiming starts sorting out the day's harvest. Then, images flash through her mind, finally stopping at the action of drawing the sword. Suddenly a bit surprised, carefully recalling her original actions, comparing them with the current ones, forming images of drawing swords in her mind for comparison. Shockingly discovering that drawing the sword in this way is more comfortable than her original action. And when the sword leaves its sheath, it possesses killing power. If practiced to a certain level, the sword, chi from drawing the sword, could directly injure opponents. Her original habit action couldn't achieve this. Although it's just one move, if she uses her current real strength to strike, her combat effectiveness would increase by at least twice the surprise effect, and the killing power increases even more. How is this possible? Invisibly, Yiming suddenly feels lost, decides to watch again tomorrow. Could this be the most correct way? Or something that no one before discovered? What I've been practicing until now isn't the most correct? Not mentioning how Yiming thinks, but Fong Che lying in bed, secretly laughing in his heart. Still exposed, huh? A weak woman who has never experienced martial arts training, holding a 4-pound green steel sword, yet didn't swell her arms after practicing all afternoon. This girl is lucky to have met me. Otherwise, she would probably be under severe interrogation right now. In the morning, watching Yiming bring water in, Fong Che hummed and said, "Are your arms hurting? I knew. You were a waste, practicing swordsmanship for a whole afternoon, and ending up like this? What a waste." Yiming broke out in cold sweat all over her body, suddenly realizing she had exposed such a big loophole, hurriedly saying yes. First time practicing swordsmanship, feeling quite novel. Didn't pay attention to my body. Need to have a mental method to cooperate. Today, start learning the mental method I taught you. Fong Che hummed and said, "That is my master's unique skill." Your master? Of course. Fong Che proudly raised his head. My master is called Flying Heaven Knife King. Sun Yuan, you may not understand now, but you will eventually realize what the word king represents. Flying Heaven Knife King. Yiming immediately felt a shock in her heart. Countless pieces of information popped up in her mind. Flying Heaven Knife King, Sun Yuan, righteous and evil, a wandering cultivator in the Jianghu. Could it be? Young master is so amazing. Yiming praised. Of course. Fong Che proudly lifted his head. This humble servant is a genius, and I associate with many great figures. How? Much do you know? Yiming jumped excitedly. Great figures? I really haven't seen any great figures. In my heart, young master is the greatest figure. Fong Che proudly said. The truly great figures, how? Much do you know? Also, you have just started touching martial arts. Those at the pinnacle, such as Shin Palace, whom I just met, you will know later. Shin Palace? Yiming resisted the shock in her heart and shook her head in confusion. Don't understand. Fong Che disdainfully waved his hand. Talking to you is like talking to a cow. All right, step back. Quickly give you time and space to send messages. Shin Palace absolutely did not come just for my baptism into the sect, because I'm not important enough. So he must have come here for something big. Report quickly. For the next day, it's just practicing. Fong Chinny saw her son practicing enthusiastically and came over to join in. And the more she practiced, the more she praised. Che-er, I must say, the things your master taught are actually useful. Yes, Fong Chinny also sensed the benefits. Regarding this, Fong Che didn't care at all. These are our own people, the stronger the better. except for the boundless true scripture, which cannot be. Passed down, everything else can be. In these few days, Feng Che advanced a small step in the boundless true scripture, entering the first level, and Eyes Clear Spirit platform and Phantom Bone transformation both reached proficiency. Blood Soul, 7 Swords, and Divine Ape Heart Snatching 13 styles reach proficiency. Of course, the primary focus is Sun Yuan's inheritance, various knife techniques, body techniques, and mental methods, all rolled off his tongue fluently. Knives, spears, swords, halberds are meticulously pondered stroke by stroke. On the side of the town's defenders, arrangements have already begun. For Yiming's intelligence, only 2 people in the entire hall have the qualification to view it. Chunrahai, Fan Tiantiao, 2 people who don't get along well with each other, but must gather every day to discuss matters. Flying Heaven Knife King Sun Yuan has been included in surveillance. Fan Tiantiao frowned deeply, thinking, however, the key point in this piece of intelligence is this sentence. Today, Feng Che mentioned the leader of Xianjiao, Yinshin Palace, the original. Words are like this. For example, I saw Yinshin Palace and others today, especially informing. This is the most important. This girl probably doesn't even realize that she has passed on such an extremely significant piece of intelligence. Chunrahai immediately raised his full spirit and thought deeply. It's Yinshin Palace, and it's Yinshin Palace and others. This and others is very worthy of consideration. There's also Yinshin Palace. How did Feng Che meet Yinshin Palace? Chunrahai said, Feng Che is just an outsider of a 9th level family. With his status, he doesn't even have the qualification to know the name of Yinshin Palace. Now he has met him, so there must be a reason. Is it? What reason? The biggest possibility is that Yinshin Palace came, and he met him, meaning that Yinshin Palace is in Bibo City. What qualifications does he have to meet Yinshin Palace? The biggest possibility is the baptism into the sect. Other than such events, he has no possibility to meet Yinshin Palace. So, Feng Che has already joined the sect. This is set in stone. Yinshin Palace is the leader of a sect, and the main base of Xianjiao is definitely not here. Would he personally come to give baptism into the sect? For a mere Feng Che? Isn't that making a mountain out of a molehill? Yes, so there must be another reason for Yinshin Palace's arrival, and it's a major reason. Fan Tianqiao's expression became even more troubled. Yinshin Palace personally moves when there must be a big event. Within 2,000 miles in this area, what is worth Yinshin Palace taking a personal trip? The 2 of them exchanged words, quickly becoming clearer and clearer. If it's attacking the town's defenders' hall, Yinshin Palace shouldn't and wouldn't dare. So, Chunrahai's gaze suddenly solidified. Iron Blood Fort, I swear. Report immediately.